Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tucker Miller here again. And like I said, for my next movie review, I'm gonna be reviewing on Make My Music. Came out in 1946. So anyways, let's get to the plot now. Well, I was just saying, let's get to the review. This film actually doesn't really have a plot. Just like Fantasia and Saludos Amigos and most of the package features. They don't really have plots. So, yeah. This film is basically just music. Like a compilation of shorts. Like they put them together and they just mix it into a full-length feature. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how I can describe this film. But anyways, what can I say about Make My Music? It is a pretty good Disney film. Yeah, I actually do enjoy Make My Music. It's not a bad movie. But although probably not one of my favorites, it's pretty low on my list, but it is still not a bad movie. I do like this film. So, yeah. And also this is by far the only Disney animated film. This is the only Disney animated film that has not yet been released to Disney Plus. Like, wow. Like, come on, Disney. When are you gonna release this film to Disney Plus? So, yeah. Disney should really release this film to Disney Plus someday. All the other Disney animated films are on Disney Plus, but this one isn't. So, yeah. So, this is why I have a VHS copy of this film. It's also on DVD and on Blu-ray, which I heard is rare, and because it was part of the Disney Movie Club, which the Disney Movie Club no longer exists. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So yeah, Make My Music is a great movie. I want to say it's a great movie, but it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. It's a pretty good movie. But probably not one of my favorites, though. And this movie came out the same year. This movie came out in 1946, like I said. The same year as my all-time favorite movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Which, yeah, I already did a review on that almost 2 years ago, which can't believe it's already been that long. And yeah, I already reviewed on It's a Wonderful Life. So yeah, this movie came out the same year as that film. And this movie also came out the same year as another Disney film, which that would be Song of the South, which, yeah, the most controversial Disney film, which never received a VHS release or a DVD or Blu-ray release, and has not yet been released on Disney Plus, and I don't think it will anytime soon, because I can see why. I heard Song of the South is pretty controversial. And that's probably the reason why they got rid of Splash Mountain at the parks. So, yeah. Yeah. But anyways, now back to Make My Music. We're getting off topic, but yeah, Make My Music is a pretty good Disney film. Again, not one of my favorites, but I still find this to be enjoyable. So, yeah. Now, let's talk about the segments. The Blue Bayou? The Blue Bayou is a great segment. The Blue Bayou is a beautiful segment, and so yeah, the Blue Bayou is a beautiful segment, and all the cats join in. That was another good segment. And so is Casey at the Bat, which is this segment, the baseball one. The Mighty Casey at the Bat is a great segment, and so is Peter and the Wolf. Peter and the Wolf, and also another great segment, Johnny Perdue and Alice Bluebonnet. That was another great segment, and so is the two wet Shallowets, if I'm pronouncing that right. The two wet Shallowets. That was a good segment, and also another great segment meant The Whale Who Wants to Sing at the Met. That was another great segment. You know, the whale that the whale that wants to be in the opera, and yeah, this film has a lot of great segments. If I had to pick a favorite segment from this film, I would have to say, I'll probably say Johnny Perdue and Alice Bluebonnet. I just think that was a cute segment. You know, the one with the hats. And yeah. Johnny Perdue and Alice Bluebonnet. And yeah. So yeah. Really good that was a cute segment. That's probably my favorite out of all the segments from this film. And yeah. Make My Music. Not a bad film. And hopefully one day Disney will eventually release this film to Disney Plus. But you never know. But yeah. So anyways, that's all I can say about Make My Music. So anyways, I'm gonna give Make My Music a 7 out of 10. I could not think of any flaw with it, but it is definitely not one of my personal favorites. It is ranked really low on my list. But other than that, it's not a bad movie. I still find some enjoyment out of it. So, yeah. So anyways, that is it for my movie review on Make My Music. And stay tuned for my next movie review, which will be on Fun and Fancy Free. But until then, see you in the next video. Bye.